Friends and neighbors, out here again today, getting on towards evening. I can't stay cooped up in a house all day long. I've got to get outside, no matter if it's just out in the little old parking area here between these campers. But I'm working on a little project. I've got to do something to keep my mind busy, keep my hands busy. I've read books, I've watched TV, I've read articles. I've got to do something to keep my mind busy, or I will stir crazy being laid up like this. So I'm gonna show you a project I'm working on today. So this is a keychain, and you can actually buy the kits. I've had this pattern for a long time, but I've made them. all I've got is a bunch of scrap here, and I'll make several keychains. This one here, I'm gonna cut out of this white material. It's got a few spots on it, but I'm gonna make it. It's kind of thin leather, which is, this pattern's a little thicker, but I may have to put a circle in between it just to stiffen it up, which I can do that, cut out another piece of something. But I'm gonna trace a pattern on here and cut it out, and I'll show you the next step. Okay folks, this is my pattern, and I laid it out right here. I try to use as much of the material as I can to my advantage. I'm gonna lose this piece and this piece. This, as long as I'm real easy, I can take and get a little bit more out of this one, get another piece out of there. I try to find the best place to put it where I can get another one out. You're only gonna get so many, so you try to find the best place to get it out of there. I don't know if I'm gonna get another one out of this one. I don't think I am, probably not, but maybe, maybe not. So there's only one out of it anyway. I'm gonna cut this out, and then I've got, me and Polly bought these, several years ago, and this is just a little thread puncher. You push one hole at a time. I'll probably set it to the largest hole, I think, and punch these holes. And then I'm gonna have to cut a thicker piece of material to go, because this is just be too flimsy. I'm gonna cut a thicker piece of material in between to put in between these. It's gonna be a half piece of this pattern. It'll be a thicker piece, and I'll put it in between when I'm sewing it up, and then we'll add a little ornament to it. So I'm gonna get this cut out. So here we go. I've got just lost my pen. Got my insert, which will go in here, and then my outside will go there. And I'll probably darken this outside with oil, but I'll put a ring on there. I've got some key rings that'll go on there, and then I'm going to put an ornament on here. That'll be my key ring. You can make all different shapes and sizes. I usually make these. So I have several here to choose from. I've got the smaller concho, larger concho. I've got a boot, I've got a star, and I've got a heart. I think I'm gonna put a heart on here. And what it involves is centering it, getting it in the center. And I will run a leather piece down and attach it to this piece, and then down inside and attach it on the other side. I'm gonna go ahead and punch all my holes in my leather, and I'll get my leather piece fixed. You can also pull one through and tie it with a slit tie. I don't like it as good, especially on these that are turned this way. Now on these, you can actually put them through there and do the slit tie, and basically what you're doing is you're slitting the lace and feeding it through itself. And you can do that here with this, and it'll lay down. You can make it quite a bit longer, maybe yay longer, so that it hangs down past your material. So This one here is actually I'm gonna make it out of thinner material, probably some of this white material. I've got some of it there. May try black if I've got some black. Black looks pretty good on the chrome and the white. And then of course I'm gonna oil the whole thing, and this will get a little bit darker. This will get significantly darker around the edges after I trim it up, and I'm gonna take and put it all together. So I'll show you the whole process step by step once I do it, but that's basically what it's going to look like. So as you can see here, I have my material through and got fed through my concho, but I don't need all of this material in between there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it down to a point on each side, and then I'm going to shave it a little thinner so that it goes between this and this, so it doesn't make too big of a lump. So I'm going to shave it down with a razor blade, make it a little thinner. I don't need all that material from here to here. It just needs to be in there, and needs to be glued. So I'm going to trim this down, and then I'll shave it, and I'll show you what it looks like. So here is the finished product. I could have cut this a little bit narrower, but I have shaved it so that there's not that much material between the two pieces. So I've got all my components here. I got my ring, my outer layer here. It's off center a little bit, but not bad. My inner piece, and then I'm using a synthetic sinew, and then my E6000, which I'm going to put some glue in here, both behind this and on this side. And then when I sew it down, it'll become permanent. And you could sew these two together, but it would be really flimsy. Keychain, you want to have a little bit more body to it. So I'm putting this in here, and I punch these holes a little bigger. If my pattern's off, then I've still got some room to play, and I'm not having to hunt for holes, because anytime you pull off on this thinner leather, it's going to twist it or distort it. So now I'm going to glue it and sew it together. Got my heart just a little bit off center, but I stitched it up. I haven't oiled it yet. My knot got a little bit bigger than I wanted, but it's a pretty nice looking little keychain. I'll oil it up, and I shaved the ends and oiled it. It'll look a little bit better. But that's the finished product. I stitched it just like I did the knife. I went down and back. There it is, all finished. Not too bad of a little project. You can get these patterns at any craft store. I mean, most of them carry them. And there is some publications out there where you can get some of these. These here, I've had these for a long time, these particular conchos. But you can also get those at craft stores. It makes a neat little handmade gift if you want to give somebody something, you want to take and sell it to somebody, yard sale, flea market, that sort of thing. And like I said, I'm just using some junk leather, but there it is, finished product. As the light's fading, I oiled it, made it a little darker, got the sides darker. I'll probably make some more keychains similar to these. They're rustic, but I don't have really good material. If I had good material, it wouldn't be as rustic. But I like the dark, how it turned out dark around the edges. These knots will lay down the more you work them down. I actually tied too many knots, and I tied 2 knots in that instead of 1. But the synthetic sinew does have a way of kind of making a knot there. So that's a little project. Anybody can make one. You can add whatever kind of concho you want. I want to thank y'all for stopping by. Remember to subscribe and like if you see what you like, what you see. Not see what you like, but like what you see. I guess it works both ways. We'll see you down the road.